Hey everyone, it's Coach Matt over here at Primal. You know, after going over and posting our last video on the Discus, realized that we need to actually do a part 2, video number 2 of the drive down the middle of that circle. And here's why. It is a complicated movement. There's no question about that. There's a lot of little steps and there's a lot of little nitpicky things that we need to make sure are correct as you start to drive down that circle. Now last time we showed you a great drill to do using an empty water bottle of how you actually start to kick and drive down the middle of that circle. Now the discus stays back and you actually kick with the instep. You kick with the inside of the foot. Now one of the emails I got asked if they can use something bigger than a water bottle. If they can use a soccer ball or a traffic cone or a 2-liter bottle, which is, a lot taller. And I like to use a standard, personal, smaller water bottle, or one of the half-liter size bottles, because it is lower to the ground. That takes us to our first point. As you're turned and you're going to drive through the middle of that circle, we want to watch out that you are not jumping vertically in the air. As you drive down the middle of the circle, as you start to drive, that foot that's driving, that's leading, needs to stay pretty low to the ground. A lot of times we see either the athlete will step really tall as they drive through, or they'll have their shoulders be way back as they drive through the circle. By having a smaller water bottle on the ground, one of the smaller pull and spring half-liter size bottles, as you drive, you ensure that you are actually rocking forward and pushing off the left leg while driving with the right leg and keeping that foot low to the ground. That ensures that as you're in the air, your weight is now going to shift from over the back leg to over the front leg by keeping your weight and keeping that foot down. The other thing we need to talk about when you drive to the middle of that circle is that you're actually not driving down the middle. Another email I got had to deal with the discus being a backwards 7 position. If you had a bird's eye view of the circle, you would have your 2 feet in line going horizontally across the back, and you would actually drive down the left sector line. So you would be driving, and your weight, the pattern that your feet make is actually a backwards 7 position. So when I say driving to the middle, or driving down the middle, we're talking about this foot driving and landing in the middle of the circle. But we're actually not driving down the middle of the sector. We're driving down the left sector line. Think of that left sector line almost as a 4-inch gymnastics balance beam. We want to keep our feet on that balance beam. As we drive down, it's down the left sector line. The other thing that we want to talk about is the position of the knees as you drive down. As you start out of the back of the circle and the weight is over the left foot, you want to start to drive with the right side and pinch those knees and keep those knees as close as you possibly can. So when you drive out, you don't want that left leg, you don't want the right knee to swing out because it gives the discus too much of a chance to catch up. You want to drive and keep the knees as close as possible as you run down that left sector line. That ensures that the lower body is always winning that race against the upper body. Now a great drill you can do is out of the circle on a track. You can actually start in your position, have your athletes turn and physically sprint 15-20 meters or so to get that idea of the knees coming in close and sprinting down that left sector line. Alright everyone, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you guys could all please subscribe to the channel, that way you get updates of these videos whenever a new one comes out. And make sure to check out www.primalatc.com. It's our website that goes through and explains all the types of training that we do. We also do private throws coaching for any throwers that are in the Rhode Island area. Please check us out, and thanks again for checking out the video.